her needs for closeness.
And this morning we were talking, we were going through praying about the message that this is a problem that a lot of single women, reason they fall into situations. I say situations. Because we have a natural desire to want to be close to a man. So therefore we end up the first one that gets close to us, we go, it's the one. It's the one, take him home. You know, he can do this, he can do that. But you have not looked at how scripturally, if he is the right one. So time after time, we'll see yourself getting into bad relationships, you know, situations where you find yourself hooked up to somebody that you wish you had never seen before in your life, because you want to feel close to someone, and you want someone to touch you and those kind of things, but how many of you got to know that you better wait? Because they'll touch you in one way, and then when they get you, they'll touch you in another way that you wish you'd never seen them before. So single women, beware. That's a natural inclination, but the fight is to stay single and separate until the one that you can become one with, the one that you can respect and call your husband and call your Lord, comes along. Amen?
And men, part of the first step really in this closeness is making sure that your woman understands that she's first in importance. That's why the word says to leave your father and mother and to cleave or be joined or be united to her, because that's the first step to closeness, is that she understands that you are putting your attention on her.
Now, Edgerich points out in this book that we've been reading, Love and Respect, that in all of God's creation, only human beings are sexually intimate face to face. Have you noticed that? I never thought about it. But anyway, it's true. And a woman wants that face-to-face closeness when sexual intimacy is not involved. So we do it when it's involved, but when it's not involved, we also want you to look at us face-to-face when communicating and showing us love outside of the bedroom. That makes us feel close when you're looking at us. When I was talking to Pastor on the phone, I could just see the hand up in my face, and he was not facing me face-to-face. I could see it, though. I could feel it, Pastor. But anyway, you can do those things by holding her hand and hugging her. When you go to the movies, you know, be affectionate without sexual intentions, that you know it's not going to end up in the bed. Just want to hug you. I ain't trying to go there. Okay? You know, laughing with her, you know, looking at some of the jokes of the shows that she likes to look at or he likes to look at. Spending time with each other. Watching what she wants to watch. Sometimes, that was a big one when I was pastor. I always wants to watch the sports. I used to love Carol Burnett. I'm like, oh, that's so silly. I'm not watching Carol Burnett. I said, I watch the football and the skating and everything that anybody does, a rat race with you. Can't you watch Carol Burnett with me? He wouldn't do it. And I love Lucy, and I like those kind of shows sometimes.
All right, the O. The O stands for openness. Everyone say openness. And Song of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 10, it says, my beloved spoke and said to me. My beloved spoke and said to me.
Oh, that's a good saying. Instead of saying she's confronting me, when she gets in your face, say, my beloved spoke to me.
But this is from a woman taking
baby.
joy that the man speaks to her. And a woman wants a man to be open and to talk. Amen?
Amen.
And many a woman wishes that she could say, my man speaks to me.
Amen.
He doesn't just eat meals, read the paper, read the sports page, tell me he's gone to work, come home from work, play with the children, pick up a magazine, go to church, watch TV, rub on me. He also talks to me.
That's man. Amen.
He also speaks to me.
Yeah. See, she needs that man that used to date her all the time, that used to call 24 hours a day, write letters all the day, just couldn't turn for them all the time. She needs that man who was constantly just bombarding her with love notes and letters and spoke from his heart and doing his rap, sharing his dreams, talking. And he wasn't trying to talk into something else. He was just trying to talk into her heart, not just other things. Talk about what he liked and what he didn't like. She needs him to talk. She needs this man who was open about all of his hopes and fears when they were dating. She needs that man now to talk to her. It seems like when a man gets married, the cat gets his tongue. You know, it's all of a sudden you couldn't shut him up. He was just all around everywhere you look, here he come. And then when you get married, all of a sudden he's like, the cat's got his tongue. So what's up with that, okay? A spirit of dumbness and speechlessness seems to just overtakes them. This spirit of silence seems to be golden, you know, and all of a sudden it just comes over man. Once he says, I do, he won't say nothing else.
Now, let me tell you this, the reason why some men don't open up.
Okay, tell them. We want to hear this. Women, y'all ready?
Some men don't open up because basically it's a man's nature to be a thinker and a processor of things, a decision maker, not a dialoguer. That's just his nature.
Can
Amen?
I add one thing in there, baby? I think that is so true. But there's one other thing in here that's not on these little notes and things we wrote down that I just thought about. Mm-hmm. We talked about this before at a marriage conference that we did. But men are like tigers. They're on the hunt. They'll do and talk and jump and laugh and do whatever it takes to get the catch. But once they got the catch, then they want to lay down and sleep. Now that's the way it really is. Isn't that true, Ben?
That is true.
They'll talk to you all night long if they think they got something they're going to get.
That's true. That is true. That is true. We men are basically hunters. That is true. Studies have shown that. But let me tell you something also, sisters, that the reason some men don't open up is because they've become bitter.
Yeah.
They feel disrespected. They feel bruised by criticism and complaints. You can't get a man to open up if you're always talking about what he ain't, what he hadn't done, and talking about how you wish this and you didn't do this and all this. I'm just telling you, you can't expect him to open up to you if he feels disrespected at the same time.
That's right.
When a man feels like all that's going to happen once he talks and opens up is that he's going to get more criticism and more complaints, he will shut down. The spirit of silence will come up over him because he feels like if I say something else, if I do open up, that's just going to subject me to more criticism. That's true. That's just the basic nature. So you have to understand this. Now listen to this, though. Men, Paul tells husbands in Colossians 3:19, husbands, love your wives and do not be bitter toward them. Right. Do not be bitter. Come on, men, say, do not be bitter. Come on, say, I will not be bitter. You cannot get bitter toward them. You have to understand, just like you didn't have a class on how to be a husband, she didn't have one on how to be a wife. I just understand neither one of us got PhDs in how to communicate to each other.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right. So husbands, don't be bitter. The writer of Hebrews in chapter 12 tells us that bitterness does nothing but cause trouble and contaminates the relationship and causes one to miss the grace of God. Malachi 2:15 says, in the New King James Version, therefore take heed to your spirit and let none deal treacherously with the wife of your youth. So you got to guard that spirit, because when you become bitter and you lose focus and lose control, then you open up the door for other spirits to come in. And all the other things we talked about start happening, and then before you know it, see, but I don't go there. I'll click, I'll hang up or something like that, or go in the room and pray. So you need to not go there. Amen.
Here's some hints. Share your feelings. Men, learn to share your feelings and experiences with your woman. When you come home, she actually does want to know what happened in your day.
That's right.
Amen. Give her a friendly face.
Amen. Amen.
Give her a friendly face. Give her undivided attention.
Amen.
Discuss challenges and dreams with her. And learn to pray with her. Amen.